ticket on my bike. I'm late for work.
I'm Hondo, from the counterterrorism SWAT unit. Today, our new rookie, Jimmy. His first day on the job was pure chaos. Not only did he show up late, he even put on the wrong uniform. I was literally sweating bullets. That morning, we got called in to restore order in a predominantly black neighborhood. This wasn't just a peaceful protest. Things blew up after a white officer, while chasing a suspect, accidentally shot an unarmed black civilian. The community was outraged overnight. Leading the protest was the victim's cousin. He was on stage speaking out when someone in the crowd got shot dead. Panic erupted. And before we knew it, another officer had been fatally shot. I locked onto the sniper's position in seconds, but by the time we arrived, he'd vanished. Surveillance footage showed the shooter was black, so the precinct labeled it a racially motivated attack. They planned to pressure the community, going door to door, hoping someone would rat him out. But I know this neighborhood better than any other cop. This is my turf, so I decided to investigate off the books. We soon traced activity to an abandoned lot that's been used as a chop shop. The owner was unfriendly and acting shady, but we had zero evidence to move in. Meanwhile, the precinct's heavy-handed tactics sparked more protests, and even the local news got anonymous death threats. Someone vowed to kill 2 kids outside the community school. Just when things were about to boil over, the victim's cousin had a crisis of conscience and came to me. After wrestling with his guilt, he spilled everything he knew. He believed his friend Chris, the sniper, was behind the killing in the park. I mobilized a team to search Chris's place, but he'd already bolted. We did find his apartment walls plastered with bank robbery plans, and among the photos on the wall was Chris standing next to the chop shop owner. Suddenly, the picture was clear. They were working together, using all these violent incidents as a diversion for a big heist. Following that lead, we located Chris in an abandoned warehouse. Chris never saw it coming. My partner nailed him with one shot. The chop shop owner and his crew, though, were nowhere to be found. They must have moved into action. Sure enough, a few blocks away, a bank alarm went off. When our team arrived, they walked right into an ambush. Hostages were crawling out of the bank, but the robbers showed no mercy. Just as the thieves were about to pull it off, I led a breach team in, neutralized the lookout, and my squad mates poured in to back me up. We had to hit them fast before they escaped with the cash. That's when rookie Jimmy pulled off a wild drift in our SUV and took out the last 3 robbers by flipping their getaway car. 2 robbers opened fire and ended up in a close-quarters shootout, forcing us into hand-to-hand. The hardest target was the chop shop boss, who was left for Jimmy to handle. He tried to pull a gun on Jimmy, but I dropped in just in time, took him down, and defused the whole situation. That's a day in the life of our SWAT team. Danger around every corner, but we stay focused on our mission, keeping the city safe.
Let us in and I won't ask you how you got the nickname Little Red.
I am Hondo. Red's suspected of harboring a fugitive, and when I caught that little panic in his eyes, I knew he was doing the math. To wash his hands of trouble, Red actually asked to make a call to set the fugitive up. There are 4 fugitives we're after, and they're all chained to the ringleader. Jerry, they bolted together to stay alive. Jerry's tied to multiple violent crimes and was serving life. This is dangerous. Another team had already picked up 1 fugitive, and D20 quickly tracked down another hiding spot and nabbed a guy in a pet shop. Next, I planned to go see Red. Deacon and I cooked up a little trick. Tell Red his fugitive buddies were already caught to squeeze a confession. We sold the act hard to get the result. Sure enough, Red started spilling info on his crew. With that intel, we tracked down the 3rd fugitive and brought him in. This guy was way too loose-mouthed, so I had him stuffed in the trunk for the time being, and I even strapped on a stun gun, not to look cool, but to be ready for every possible scenario. Only that rotten Jerry was left. I put 2 guys on round, the clock protection for the witness's family. I couldn't afford to 2 days went by and nothing happened. But I kept noticing a sketchy kid riding his bike out front, and he had a knife on his back. My gut told me he was Jerry's lookout, but he wasn't. He was out for revenge. He said Jerry had chopped his dad's hand off over some small beef, and that Jerry, being a creep, had his eyes on Annie and even tried to force her into marriage before going in. Before we could fully sort the picture, Jerry had already busted into Annie's house. He'd run out of patience. A bike bell rang outside. When he saw us checking, Jerry forced Annie out the back door. I jotted down the suspect's car and plate info. The wounded man gave us a key lead. His daughter had been taken by Jerry to a place that might be Jerry's hideout. Once we had that, we moved to surround it. The cabin was easy to defend and hard to take. Jerry had full auto weapons and a hostage, so the team couldn't move rashly. The pressure was suffocating. We had to creep in with the armored vehicle to buy time and position. I called in a chopper and set up on it to take the shot. The plan was to smoke him toward the window while the guys below couldn't shoot up. Everybody's hope was pinned on my gun. In that moment, time stretched. In the end, the suspect went down in the window with one shot. Annie walked away unhurt. Standing there, I felt the weight of pulling the trigger and a quiet relief.